I hadn't smoked a cigarette in 3 days.
What changed?
I was like, you know what? I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to stop smoking, start exercising, and I'm going to buy a bottle of Jameson.
I had the exact same thought this week, minus the bottle of Jameson. I was going to buy cough medicine.
You want to have that little experience shoot you off in the right direction?
No, I just haven't taken a bunch of cough medicine in a long time. It sounded like fun. Because the first time I did it was terrible. Well, it wasn't terrible. It was terrible at first.
I think when you have an experience like that, I haven't done cough medicine, so I guess I don't really know. But you have would you hallucinate a little?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That stuff kind of makes me want to, I don't know, be a better person.
Yeah, me too. Well, mushrooms make me want to be a better person. Chemical hallucinations just are whatever. They're different. They're out of the norm. Yeah?
Let me get right there in between your legs.
But yeah, the first time I took them, I was really sick at first. Super big headache. Stomach was just torn up. Just really bad. And then I kind of walked out in front of the house I was in front of and sat on the flower bed. And it built and built and built my sickness. And then finally I just and vomited. I popped. And then after I popped, it was...
You're like Neo in the Matrix.
All good.
He's gonna pop.
Yeah. I popped. And it was all good from then on out. And then the second time I did it, I didn't have to pop.
Do you think, taking them too close together, does that affect you at all?
Well, any drug too close together, minus, alcohol and pot. Anything that starts robbing your body of essentials, like doing a bunch of ecstasy day after day after day after day, you're just eventually going to run out of serotonin, and you're not going to feel the effects of the ecstasy anymore. You're going to feel the effects of whatever it's cut with, the speed or, the coke, whatever it's cut with.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying?
I don't know about the coke.
Well, it just all depends on what it's cut with.
Okay.
Because they'll cut it in a bunch of different ways. And some people try to get as pure as possible. Some people won't cut it with any extra drugs, and some people cut it with a lot of extra drugs that have similar effects, or will amplify one of the effects or something like that. So when you do it 5 days in a row or 6 days in a row, and ecstasy pretty much only affects your serotonin levels. Once your brain is no longer producing or has any left, well, you're not going to feel the effects of the ecstasy anymore. There's nothing left for it to affect.
Is that is that why anything that you touch really gives you a good feeling?
Yeah, you're just dumping that chemical into your body, and it's amplifying your senses and making you feel really good. And touch is very amplified. Feeling is very amplified. Yep.
I guess we should start the show.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Oh, alright. Welcome to Nadashow once again. Joined here today by my good friend Josh Poston, my younger brother Josiah.
Youngest, yes.
And of course, this is Dobbs coming at you.
Going at you, live and strong.
I don't know about strong.
No, you're not strong today?
No, I didn't. I wasn't feeling strong today. I actually said that to somebody today.
Listen, I'm not feeling strong today.
Dude, that's word for word. Working on a truck and I can't pick this thing up. It's like, hey, can I get some help? Just not feeling strong today. You didn't eat your Wheaties? No, I didn't. I ate onion rings, and I'm not feeling strong.
You ever get like that, Josiah?
On occasion. Whenever I don't do a morning juicy poo, which it's been for like the past 3 weeks, I get up pretty tired. I don't really want to do anything.
Is juicy poo like a juice drink that you mix, or is a juicy poo a juicy shit that you just took?
Well, no, it's a juice
Okay.
that you make in the juicer. You know, try to do a little bit of half mixed greens, half fruits, and a little bit of almond milk or some juice. You know, really, all the things your body needs to really get up and go. When you don't have that, then you just feel really slow.
Makes a big difference.
It really does. It really does.
I feel you.
It's a lot better than onion rings.
You know what I eat all the time?
No.
I eat corn dogs.
Yep.
I've been feeling a lot like,
Mini corn dogs?
nope, full size. 3 or 4.
3 or 4 at a time?
3 or 4 at a time.
Do you mix your ketchup and your mustard together? Or do you
No.
keep it separate?
No mustard.
Just ketchup?
Just ketchup. Barbecue sauce. No barbecue sauce.
Mm.
Just ketchup. It's a big thing of ketchup. So I like to get at least half of the bottle in the bowl. So I put them all in a bowl.
Okay.
Anyways, I feel like that Morgan Spurlock when he did the McDonald's thing. And I would feel good as I'm eating it. And then afterwards I just feel like shit. I gotta go take a nap. It was a big meal. So I'm not doing a good job with my body, I guess.
Well, and now I'm pissed off. Because I don't know if you're recording when you said this, but saying that this week you decided to get healthy. And then I message you saying, hey man, I'm just trying to be more active.
Right.
And you don't fucking show up.
You know what? And I
I
guess
told you I got umbrellas.
that's not where I'm going with this conversation right now. For some reason, when it rains, I just get really tired. And so I usually sleep by the time we should be doing something.
We knock it off.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that you don't have to sleep when it's raining.
No, it just happens.
You choose to sleep.
Like before
You lay around.
by the time I wake up, I'm like, oh,
You're
shit.
freaking-
I'm supposed to go out.
You're cruising some ridiculous website looking for memes, and you pass out.
You know, I don't actively pursue looking for memes all the time.
Not all the time. 2 hours a day, that's it.
It's not even that. It's just when I'm bored, so it's like
Most of
5
the day.
hours a time.
Yeah.
So.
I understand. All I'm saying is that we should definitely get more active. I think we've got a good thing going, golfing every weekend.
We went golfing today.
You did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Now guess what? The place that we usually go to is closed again.
How come?
No idea. But
They just had the gate up and it said closed?
the gate was up, said closed, and it also said closed on Monday. And I was like, it's not Monday. Why is that sign there? So, Matt was pretty upset because this is the second time in a row that has happened. So, we were like going to a place to pick something, and we passed by the golf course right across the street from St. Leo, the Abbey House.
Okay.
Better golf course, only $1 more, and their discount starts at 12 in the afternoon, not 2.
So that's where we're going tomorrow?
Oh yeah,
Very
I
nice.
suggest that place. $13 a pop.
Nice. Be nice to try out a new golf course. Went to the driving range without you, and was actually able to dial in a couple of my clubs.
You son of a bitch.
I invited you.
Yeah.
You fell asleep.
Oh yeah, it rained.
I am not a son of a bitch. We went there directly after the rain, and it was sunny and beautiful. Me and Josiah went, and we had a good time.
It was nice.
Anyways, I dialed in quite a few of my clubs. So say out of 30 balls, 20 of them were on target. So like I'm getting better. And you guys are gonna have to effing step your game up, or I'm gonna have to quit golfing with you guys. Because it's gonna get to that point.
Yeah, nobody wants to play with you anymore, and you don't want to play with us. We're taking too long.
It is. It's gonna get there.
Yeah.
We need to progress together. So this is my idea. Driving range at least once a week. Preferably twice. 2 buckets each go around. Work up a decent little stretch. You know, get your heart rate going, whatnot, and it'll progress our weekend play. It'll make it better. And then we spend another 2 days walking, just doing something cardio based in general.
Mhm.
And then just 1 day with like some semi-weight train. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just like curling some whatnots and, you know, making the jerk off better.
Oh yeah.
You know, tightening up the arms, get the big muscle titties.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what do you say?
Agreed.
Are you gonna do it, or are you gonna fall asleep?
As long as you're paying for all of this.
All of it? All the time?
I don't have any money.
You do sometimes.
Yeah.
Goes right to the bank.
No, don't have a bank account anymore.
Not anymore.
Goes right to the penny bank.
I did quit smoking, even though I just had not even half of that cigarette just now. So, yeah, I think I'm done with that.
Well, you're weaning yourself.
Done smoking?
Mm-hmm.
Good. That means I can finish out my pack. And I can call you and be like, Josh, I really want a cigarette right now. You can be like, no, bro. No. Don't do it, bro.
Don't do it, bruh.
You can just be
I
my
respect you, bruh.
your
sponsor?
My sponsor. You can be my sponsor with a fucking day and a half lead on me.
Mm. Yeah.
Because it doesn't count for me, even though I never started, so.
Well, that whole sleep apnea thing really freaked me out.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, I didn't dig it. Made me worried for my body. So, I don't know, I got this feeling that, like, either I quit what I'm doing, or no matter what else I do to fix it, it's just going to kill me in the end anyways. So,
Do you think it's the cigarettes that's, I don't know, helping
I don't know.
sleep apnea?
I don't know. Because, like, drank a lot that week, too.
So you think it's the drinking?
I don't know.
Maybe it's a combination of both.
That's what scares me. It's like, I can quit smoking. Dobbsy doesn't want to quit drinking. He really doesn't. He likes his drinky booze.
Right.
It wasn't.
Now, is that a drink that you... Is that something you drink? Or is that like you've been drinking all night, next morning, drink your poo, shit?
No. Drinky poos are alcoholic beverages.
Okay.
And I like them a lot. Now, for the past week and a half, I have been doing my juice every morning, and I've been doing all-day energy greens every morning and taking my vitamins.
But do you feel like you're being counterproductive then? When you do all your veggies?
At first, when I first started, not at all, because I felt so much better all the time. But now I feel like even though I'm doing so much better, it's still taking its toll.
So the potential to get better is just, it's there. You just kind of got to stop, is what you're saying.
Well, I don't want to stop. I genuinely like drinking and smoking. I absolutely love it. I would do it all the time if I could. It's just something I like doing.
You ever feel like you smoke too much, and then the next morning you wake up and you're like, oh, I can't fucking breathe.
Absolutely.
But then you light up that cigarette?
That's pretty rare. No. Usually, if I smoke enough to where I'm that point, usually it's on a Friday night. I'll go somewhere and fucking choke down a pack and a half or 2 packs or something like that with a bunch of alcohol. And that first day, I don't even want to touch a cigarette. Second day, still pretty sure I don't want to touch one. Every now and again I'll pick one up. Now, if that first day, if I pick up a cigarette and start smoking, I'm chain smoking for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another pack down. Boom. So over the weekend, a course of a weekend, I'll smoke 3 to 4 packs. No problem. Where during the week, I smoke half a pack a day. If that. I'll smoke 6-7 cigarettes a day. So there's a big difference there. And I drink during the week too, so it's not directly correlated with it. It's partially like the company I keep and the situation that lends myself to that, and I'm drinking a whole lot more. I'm actually getting fucking shit faced.
So what you're saying, the company you keep, Joe is usually around. So is he influencing your smoking?
Joe's usually not around.
Every time I'm around, he's around.
Well, it's because you're
I don't
around.
actually drink here though.
You drinking right now?
Yeah, but I'm not drinking. I'm drinking.
Okay.
But there's a difference. I'll go to somebody's place with the, good intentions of buying myself a little 6-pack and be like, oh, this is all I'm going to drink, and I have a good night, and then they're like, hey, let's do a shot. And it's like, all right, definitely do that, and 12 more. Thanks.
Yeah.
Big difference. I can sit around and drink 15 beers and be fine. But, when you start mixing the two, or just riding out on one,
Especially the tequila.
Well, yeah.
By the way, nobody's going to hear that story.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Did you
We-
tell
We
them
pretty
about that?
much recorded the greatest podcast of all time. And nobody's ever going to hear it.
No.
Nobody's ever going to hear it.
No.
And that's okay.
You know what's funny? I was talking to some people about it. First off, they're pretty excited that we're doing this. Second, they were very upset that I ended up losing that podcast.
Excited how?
They're like, oh, dude, that's the best idea I've ever heard of. I was like, so you're going to be a guest? He's like, as soon as I get there. And so I told him a little bit of what we lost in the last episode. And they were very upset with me.
Well, it wasn't your fault.
Eh,
You can't be blamed.
it's the machine.
Right.
Machine did it.
Mm-hmm. You can't be blamed. It's not your fault.
Did you tell him about that, though?
Joe,
Yeah,
we lost the podcast from last week.
that was the best one so far, though.
Oh,
It was the
my God,
best
it was so good.
Well, yeah.
It was really good. Well, most of it was really good.
Keep in mind it's only our second one, but
Well, yeah. But, like, I got home, I listened
pretty
to
darn
it.
good.
I listened to all of it. And then I listened to some parts just to hear it again. 'Cause there were some good moments on there. And I was like, alright, well, let me save this project. And then, well, it's gone.
Lost to the ether.
I was really bummed out about that. I was scared to tell you.
Why would you be scared to tell me? What am I going to do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you want to drop out of the podcast he started
I didn't start it.
and founded,
I founded it, but I didn't start it.
and it's the host of it?
Whatever.
Granted, I'm okay that we lost that guest.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough.
We needed to give her a shot. See where she stood.
Yeah,
And now we know.
It wasn't
Now we
all
know.
bad.
there were some moments on there
I
I would
mean-
have kept.
There's certain things that were brought up only because she was around.
Yeah. But then, like, most of the time she wasn't even paying attention to what's going
Yeah.
on.
Well, I mean, she's a female, so
Yeah.
they have a hard time. Hard time.
She was doing search words during the podcast.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad for whoever it is.
She looked at it this way. I'm so bored. I'm gonna go fucking sit in a room I don't want to sit in, sit on something I don't want to sit on, and I'm gonna listen to people talk about shit I don't want to talk about, and chime in every now and again. That's how she looked at it. She's not excited in the same way that we're excited about it. She doesn't grasp how important this could be.
So I was talking to Jacob.
You were?
I was.
Is that who you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. And, but I told him that this was something that we wanted to do years ago for the people that kind of moved away. We don't get to talk to them all the time. So, it being like a taste of home.
Yeah, it's
That's what I
just
like to say.
it's a way for them to sit down for an hour or so and just join a conversation.
Yeah,
A
just-
conversation that we would have on any given weekend.
So, he was upset because he's almost out of the military now. And he's like, God damn, you guys should have started that back then. 'Cause I really could have used that. I really could have used that while I was here. Like, well, we didn't.
Well,
Or I didn't.
what it boils down to is you're lazy and I was poor. You're no longer lazy and, well,
To a
to
certain
an extent.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer poor. So, shit happens.
Rolling in the dough.
I'm not rolling in it.
He's rolling in it.
But,
I see you have $100 bills on your bed.
no, I don't.
Oh, you don't want that information out?
Do I have a $100 bill on my bed?
It's
Are
the
you
ghost
serious?
that took him out there.
I just assume you just roll around in it.
Are you kidding or are you serious? Is there a $100 bill on my bed?
The
Oh, yeah.
$100 bills.
That's bullshit. Because I haven't gotten a $100 bill in like a month.
Well, it's there.
No, it's not.
And you're just rolling all over it.
Do you want me to go check?
No, we're doing a show right now. Why would you do that?
I don't have $100 bills on my bed.
You have at least one.
No, I don't.
The rest are 50s.
I have 50s on my bed, but no hundreds.
Quite
If
a
I have
few
a $100
50s.
bill on my bed, my weekend just got a shit ton better.
Why? You feeling a little stretched?
No, not at all.
All right.
It would just be sweet to find an extra $100. It's just like for anybody. Just because I have money doesn't mean that I don't like finding it.
I get excited. I get excited when I find $2 in my pocket.
So do I.
I don't believe that.
I do.
But $100,
Maybe not nearly as excited.
If I'm going through like my work pants or something and I find some change and I get to jam it down in my little change jar, I'm pumped.
No, I think when you find a $100 bill in your pocket that you didn't know was there, that's the equivalent of how I feel when I find a $2 bills in my pocket.
I think you're underestimating my Scroogeness. Pretty fucking tight with my money. I know it doesn't seem like it
No, not at all.
because I buy a lot of shit and all that, but I have a lot of money, so
You definitely don't feel like or don't come off as a Scrooge.
well, that depends now too, because then there's actual Dobbs and then there's drunk Dobbs. That's like I'm fucking buying everybody everything, and you know that person's
Everybody have a good time.
that's a ridiculous person.
You are like a drug dealer.
In what way?
You are like somebody that sells ecstasy. And you are also on ecstasy. And you're like, just fucking take this. Enjoy yourself.
If you like your experience, find me. Pay me later. Fair enough. Is as much money as I do spend, I really don't spend a lot. It might seem a lot to like the lower folk, but I don't spend a lot of my money. I save a lot of it.
I think I remember. I'm just bringing this up as a side note. I asked as a courtesy that nobody smoke in here. No, just because there was a few weeks ago where everybody was smoking in here, and then for a whole week I didn't feel tip top. No, throat always clearing.
Keep
Nose
in
always
mind,
Okay.
there's less people smoking in here.
It's true.
We're down to just a smoker in here now. At this point.
Well, yeah.
now
but
that Josh has just decided to quit smoking,
that's good for him.
so
But there's no ventilation really.
there is.
There's a vent with a fan that's not on because it would be really loud.
All right, dickface. I smoked a cigarette.
It was like 2.
A cigarette.
I think I remember 2.
All right, it was 2. Doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Chill out.
It's kind of a big D when you don't smoke at all, and you.
Just called you a big dick.
Yeah, well,
You're kind of a big dick.
I'm related.
Yeah, that's true. But when somebody who doesn't smoke at all gets in a room with somebody constantly smoking throughout the night,
Am I smoking right now?
I mean,
Am I fucking chain smoking in here?
You might get there eventually, but not right now.
Get a few more drinks in you.
Fucking dill hole.
I'm just telling you
He just called you a pickle hole.
that he did. It's pretty offensive to pickles.
Keep in mind, it's my favorite kind of pickle.
A dill hole pickle.
What brand is that from?
So when are we gonna start making our own pickles called dill holes?
I'm not a part of that. It wouldn't make any sense for me.
Here comes lazy Josh.
Well, no, I just don't like pickles. I mean, I'll eat them, but I don't want it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Somebody didn't like pickles in here.
So, you messaged me yesterday, and you asked, and I quote, "Do you want to try to record tomorrow?" I did not respond yesterday. I responded today.
Yeah.
First response was at
Which I didn't get those messages.
5 p.m. was my first response to that. And I said, head on over soon. We'll get started.
Yeah.
5:29 p.m. I said, hurry up, buddy. 6:54 p.m.
Are you okay? Where are you?
Are you going to make it? 7:57 p.m. Do you have one of the mics?
Oh, were you setting up?
Yeah.
Oh. I did have one of the mics,
You did have one of the mics.
which I'm not even using it.
So for somebody that's on Facebook as much as you are,
I'm not on it that much.
it's pretty much your life.
I don't think so.
Outside looking in.
Outside looking in, but on the inside,
Looking
I'm on
out.
the outside.
What?
I don't know.
I'm amazed that over the span of 3 hours, not one response.
Well, I wasn't on Facebook
Why not?
because I'm not on it that much.
Why weren't you on Facebook?
Well, number one, at 5, I was still golfing. Because we took well advantage of that course. It closed at 7:30.
Awesome.
So that's a pretty good deal. If you can get in there at 12,
Means you're golfing tomorrow.
if you can get in there at 12 and don't have to worry until 7:30,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
plus there's a restaurant there.
I'm not buying you guys lunch.
I'm just saying it would be nice.
Not gonna fucking buy you guys lunch.
Bar.
See, now here's where the difference is gonna lie. Can I bring a cooler full of my own drinks?
I would think you can, because we just took our cups that we always get before we head out there.
Okay.
Drink that.
No dress code?
No dress code, another good thing.
Okay.
Great course. They also have a driving range. They also have a like practice green for putting.
Alright. I mean, the golf course we go to now has one of those, but
Yeah, but nobody uses it.
no.
Nice course. Paved golf cart roads. They're tiny. They're tiny, but they are paved. And the only problem was 2 of the holes were closed because of the weather. Too much water on the fairway. But the guy was like, just fucking not use those holes and then go play on different holes.
Twice.
Which we actually did more than just the 2 holes. So I think we did another 6 holes.
No
Or
doubt.
whatever. We had time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a pretty good alibi.
It is pretty good.
Even though it's coming from him.
Now, let's rewind. About 4 years ago.
Got to the course at 2:30. Got to the course at 2:30 and didn't leave until about 6, between 6 and 6:30.
That's pretty good. Now let's rewind. About 4 years ago.
And picked up a lot of balls on this course.
Nice.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Let's rewind to about 4 years ago. I moved away, far away, 1,200 miles away. About as far away as you can move.
Exactly.
Florida.
Exactly 1,200 miles.
It's like 1,282 miles, but whatever.
About as far away?
That you can move from Florida and still be in the continental U.S.
I don't think that's real.
Heading north to south.
Okay.
Dickhead. And
Continue on, please.
I bought a phone.
You bought a phone.
The reason I bought this phone.
That was me being Ed McMahon. Bought a phone.
How useful would an Ed McMahon be in life? When you're just trying to make a fucking drill a point home. How useful.
Drill the points.
Just to have him around. It'd be so great. It really would be.
Okay.
I bought a phone. For the sole purpose of staying in contact with people down here.
People down here.
And those people didn't want to stay in contact with me, apparently.
What do you mean?
Well, I'd text them,
Text.
and they would text me back,
That's common. That happens.
and I'd text them back again,
Uh-huh.
and then they wouldn't text me back anymore.
Did you offend them in any way?
I don't see how.
Give me a example.
Alright, I bought a guitar,
Okay.
and in the middle of a carpet job, cleaning carpets, and text my friend excitedly.
Okay.
Oh man, I just bought this guitar. It's fucking awesome. You did? It's great. Excited response, you know. Send him a picture of it. It's a really cool guitar. I like the way it looks. Yada yada. Said all I gotta do now is name it.
What'd you name it?
I don't remember. Because
Okay.
I said, I think I'm gonna call it whatever. And there's no response. None whatsoever. Hour after hour, I waited for a response. Nothing ever came through.
Was this person me?
You know, we're not going to name names,
Okay.
but it amazes me that, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just don't like it. I don't like going out of my way, out of my comfort zone, and doing things on a computer or a phone, and then getting no response. Because it's like, dude, I fucking went out of my way to do this shit, and then no response. This is one of my main reasons. Because like even just today, it's like, man, I should go out and get me one of them cell phones, one of them cellular devices. You know, keep in contact with people I don't talk to. Because lo and behold, you know, I went to buy a phone to stay in contact with my good friends here in Florida. And since none of them talk to me, turns out I made friends up north. Now I live back down here and I don't get to talk to them very often.
Well, that's crazy that you made friends up there.
It is pretty crazy, but I made some pretty good friends up there.
Better than me. Don't answer that.
Comparable at most.
No, it's not. They're not comparable. Well,
Yeah, it's comparable.
I love you, Mohawk Dan. They're not comparable.
One love.
But I mean, Mohawk Dan did invite me to his wedding.
It's pretty significant.
Weren't you down here at that time?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I don't blame him.
Well, like he didn't expect me to show up. I showed up and I passed him a couple bills.
Oh, you went anyways?
Yeah.
But he didn't invite you.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I thought you just said he did invite you.
No, he did.
Oh.
I said at least Mohawk Dan invited me to his wedding.
I'll cut that out. Oh, it's a shot at me.
Is it a shot at you?
It's a shot at me.
Oh,
Gotcha.
apparently that's if that's the way you feel about it.
No, I was just Ed
That's
McMahon in it.
The way you feel about it.
Driving the point home. Were you sipping on that scissor?
No,
Oh.
no, it was a straight alcohol night. Straight alcohol night. There were no extracurriculars. Because we're in Wisconsin, a lot of the children, and by children I mean the 20 to 30-year-olds, their parents are still hanging out all night because they can hang just as well as we can.
Right.
So you can't fucking bust out some crazy shit on them and expect them to be cool with it. So you just got to stick with the alcohol and make a night of it, you know, which isn't a problem with me. It's a lot of fun. I got to talk to the groom's father about big black dicks and how much I love them. So it was a good
okay.
night. Well, I'd only met him once beforehand, and Dan was nice enough to take me to a Packers game, a preseason
awesome.
Packers game, and it was with his mother and his father, and we chatted. His father's super personable. He's a car salesman, owns a car dealership, all that shit.
Oh.
So he's very personable, and you know he talks at you and all that jazz. So I kind of picked up where I had left off at the Packer game.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm just fucking rowdy with him and joking around and all
Okay.
that shit. And he mentioned something big and black. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I fucking love big black things. What are we talking about? Big black dicks, I love them. He's like, are you serious right now? Totally serious.
Wait, did he really bring the tone down?
Yeah, totally. Because you know how fucking straight-faced I can be if I want to be.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm extremely straight-faced. And he's taking it. He's just fucking hook, line, and sinking it. Just he's like, so
Maybe I love big black dicks.
Thankfully, it didn't go there because that would be awkward. But for me, it was already awkward for him. But he thought that I was all about the big black dick, and he had to ask. He was like, so you gay or what's going on?
Oh, no. Just love them.
No, not at all. You know, there's just something about a big, veiny, black cock.
The color, the texture, the
You know,
taste.
you go from the very dark shaft to like the purplish, pinkish. You know, there's just things about it I like aesthetically. And he's not picking up what I'm putting down, and that is not the same dude I was talking to 2 years ago.
This is at the wedding.
This is at the wedding. He was picking up what I was putting down at the Packers game.
Okay.
Packers game. I'm full bore, fucking my groovy T-shirt with the fucking VW bus on it.
Okay.
And like I'm the only person at the Packers game that didn't belong, because like I'm groovy T-shirt, shirt tucked into my pants, rainbow suspenders, just fucking.
So now at the wedding, it's like it's all coming together for him. Oh, he's wearing rainbow suspenders.
That's the thing, though. We have this long conversation. Me and my brother Austin were standing together, and he looks at Austin. He's like, "Who the fuck is this?" He's like, "That's my little brother." He's like, "Oh, okay." And he introduced himself, and he's like, "Yeah, I know who you are." And he's like, "Oh, how do you know who I am?" He's like, "Dude, you took me to a fucking Packers game." He's like, "That was you?"
Who do you think it was?
My older brother. He thought
Austin?
it was Austin. He's
Wow.
like, all this time I thought it was Austin. And he's like, nah, bro, it was me.
I've been talking about big black dicks with Austin all this time.
And he's like, man, I'm so sorry about that. He's like, nah, it's okay, man. We only met one time. I'm not gonna hold it against you in any way. But I was kind of upset, you know.
Right.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, you kind of douched
Great
out on
time.
me. We did a better time. Best time. And you know, when you're talking about going to your first Packers game, that's pretty much the best time.
That was your first?
Yeah, as a Packers fan.
But you lived there for so long.
Well, keep in mind, I lived in the southeastern corner of Wisconsin.
Where's Green Bay?
It's about 3.5, 4 hours north.
Ah, no wonder you never went.
Right. I've been to Lambeau Field before for a field trip, but never during a Packers game. So I can remember, one, it's a weird neighborhood because it's like normal house, Lambeau Field, normal house.
Oh, that is
Like
weird.
they just stuck it in a neighborhood, and it was crazy. And then there was like some of the homes, like their whole front yard was paved, and they would sell out their front yard as parking space. But they were getting like $30 a pop. And it's
Okay.
like, I would totally pave my fucking front yard for $30 a pop for the football
Fuck yeah.
season. Hell yeah.
And then tow them and then get another
Yeah.
30. Yeah.
So it's a weird place to go. And then like we get into the mass and we're all walking towards Lambeau Field and I'm all awestruck looking up at it like, oh, fucking Lambeau Field and shit. And as I'm walking up the stairway into and I'm looking at all these people in front of me, I'm like, you know what? Look over my shoulder and there's so many more people behind me. And it's like, holy fucking shit. Never been surrounded by more people in my whole fucking life. Like, it was so unbelievable.
Not even at a concert?
Nowhere near. Like, concerts fucking pale in comparison. Like, the biggest concert I've been to, Rammstein, Chicago, Allstate Arena, Hockey Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Not coming fucking close. Not even touching it. You're talking a full-blown football stadium. And not only a football stadium, but one of the most famous football stadiums with a fan base that is, I'm going to every game that I possibly can. So we're sold out. There's standing room only. Like, packed. Just fucking packed. Just unbelievable. So you sit, like, once I finally sit down in my seat and I look out across, the people all the way across, because I was sitting at an end zone seat, all the way to the other side, like, you can't make anything out. It's so far away.
Uh-huh.
All you see is just this moving sea of dots, like these people moving around. And I can remember at one point in time the wave started. And dude, this is my first fucking Lambeau wave.
Uh-huh.
And I was so excited. Fucking that wave came around, I jumped up, threw my arms up in the air like, yeah! Alright! Second time around, yeah! This is great! Third time around, fuck yeah! Eighth time around, it's like, I'm not even gonna stand up at this point. I'm just gonna put my arms up in the air.
Okay.
And I'm just, yep, here it comes again. That wave did not stop for like fucking half an hour. It just kept going around and around and around that whole stadium. That's when I learned how little of a Packers fan I was. Because those people were way more pumped than I was.
All this time.
All this time, bullshit. Total bullshit. I don't give a fuck
you
about the
still-
Packers in comparison.
You still are probably the biggest fan in most of this state.
Well, that's not true at all. Think about all the Northerners that come down.
Right now in the summertime.
Right now in the summertime, whole state, that's still pretty rough. Because, like, I don't give a fuck about football.
Well,
I like
back
I
in
like
the
the
day.
Packers, and you know,
at least been there.
well, yeah,
Saw a game in person.
yeah. I mean, I like the Packers, and you want to talk shit, I might punch you in the face if I'm drunk enough and whatnot. But like, I couldn't tell you, 10 people that are on the team.
Now, why do the cheeseheads have holes in them?
What do you mean holes in them?
The little hats that you guys wear have holes in them like Swiss.
Yeah.
But they're cheddar. Cheddar cheeseheads.
Well, you can buy them any way you want them.
That's not true.
Yeah, you can.
Well, most of them have holes in them.
You can buy the smooth. You can buy the holy. You can buy a cowboy hat. You can buy a fucking top hat. You can buy a baseball cap.
Why would they have the holes?
Why not have the holes?
'Cause it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, holes in cheese is pretty synonymous with fucking cheese.
No,
We're not called cheddar heads.
You're not.
I'm called cheddar head, but we're not as a group called cheddar heads. We're called cheese heads.
cheeseheads.
Now it's yellow like cheddar, understandably not white like Swiss, but you can buy white Swiss cheese heads if you want to.
But they don't.
And they're not holes, they're divots.
They're holes.
divots.
Little craters.
Craters. I'll accept that.
Craters, fine.